Have you checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at WagerTalk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to WagerTalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.
Welcome, everybody. Thursday, May 19th. I'm Lawrence Prez, Teddy covers. Already doing this. I don't even know why.
It's not Thursday.
Oh, it is in my head, Teddy. Wednesday. Anyway, WagerTalk Today, everybody. Best sports gambling show on the planet. Teddy covers the Prez. Jam-packed show, my brother. We got Dave Cokin right off the top. He's talking Indians, Angels, Jets, Oilers, and the PGA Championship. Some outright winners. Jimmy Adams, the man right now, joining us in the middle, and then Arthur DiCesare at the end of the show. Teddy, how are you, bro?
Let's do a little what did Bettors learn. We'll talk about how I am today. Because
okay.
I'm not great.
Go.
Because I learned something last night that I probably shouldn't. I feel like whatever. I had a terrible night last night. Could have been worse. Wrong, half wrong that didn't cash. In the NBA, big bet on Charlotte. Game that was over certainly by halftime, maybe in the first quarter. The Wizards last night as well. And I read it completely wrong. I thought the hungry teams were the teams that hadn't been in the postseason. And the quotes I was reading, the sense that I got was that your Celtics and your Pacers, who aren't going anywhere in the postseason this year, that maybe the thought process for those teams or the intensity for those teams wasn't perhaps what it should be. But in fact, it turned out to be the exact opposite of that. The hungry teams were the playoff teams that didn't win a championship last year. And the hopeless teams were the teams that didn't have the switch they could flip on. I was dead wrong about it last night. It's something I learned. And unfortunately, we don't get to take advantage of it tonight. We have Golden State and LA, two teams with their fair share of playoff experience. Certainly the Warriors at the top. And then we have the Spurs and the Grizzlies, two teams with no playoff experience with their current lineups. So there's not one of these matchups we can take advantage of this evening, Prez, but it's certainly something that I will remember for next time around when it comes to these play-in games to the NBA. What about you? What did you learn last night?
Man, looking at hockey, I learned that the Minnesota Wild are much better than I thought they were. What an incredible hockey game. I also learned that hockey is the greatest sport on the planet. These playoffs have been unfreaking believable. For anybody who is not watching these hockey playoffs, oh my God. Every game is pure drama, excitement at its maximum degree. But Teddy, I just want more hockey. Like, I want hockey 24/7. I can't get enough hockey. Anyway, I really spent the night watching hockey. I did watch the highlights of the basketball games, really. I mean, Washington and Charlotte, and especially Charlotte. I mean, these two teams just did not show up. But going to be interesting tomorrow night between Washington and Indiana. Line's already out. Washington -3.5, -3. That's going to be a fun game. I love this playoff format. Anyway, Dave Cokin joining us. Dave, are you watching these hockey games with as much love of the sport as I have?
Well, I don't know how much I can't put a number on it, but I love the NHL playoffs, and I particularly love them because I've had a really good season in the NHL, and it's continued in the playoffs. So that helps. I mean, when you're doing well with something, you tend to like it a lot more. If you're not doing well with the sport, even if it's great, you sometimes don't have the enthusiasm level that you might normally have. So I'm very happy with the NHL playoffs. Had a winner last night on another parlay. Those are 10-2 on the season. And now for the year, I believe it's plus 84% return on investment. So it's been a good year. I think you and I are battling for the top spot at WagerTalk, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, Dave, it's a different challenger every week for me, but I'm still at the top. I'm at 86%. You're at 84%. It's a doozy, man. I love it. I'm motivated by it. I mean, I know for you, look, all we both care about is that we make money for our clients.
I just want to win.
Yeah, my goal is to make 100% return. I'm at 86. Dave, if I make 100% return and you make 120% return, I'm ecstatic. So
same here. Yeah. I just want to keep winning. It's been good, and hopefully the baseball will get itself straightened out. It's been kind of leveling off the last few days, but hopefully we're getting ready for a hot run.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, for me, baseball, I was saying this to Teddy. I'm 3-0 in the penalty box segment of baseball. Every baseball player I think of wins. Every free pick in baseball I give out wins. Every client pick I give out in baseball wins the day after I give it out. It's been that kind of a season so far, but man, we are so early in this baseball season. I'm not really very worried. Speaking of baseball, let's get straight to it, man. Cleveland Indians on the road playing the Angels. Angels are minus 125, a total of 8. How are you betting this game?
Well, obviously, things have changed for the Angels over the last couple of days. Not that they were doing well, but, it's early in the season and you don't want to say, well, this team's not going anywhere. Anybody can get hot and get rolling. But now Mike Trout's out for what could be close to 2 months. And that is just an enormous hit mentally and physically to this team. I don't think they believe they can win without Trout, no matter what they say. And, I think you're going to be looking at a team that is very fade worthy. But tonight might not be that situation because Ohtani's on the mound. And when Ohtani is on the mound, there's an extra air of excitement. And that might be the only air of excitement now for the Angels. I'd be hard pressed to find anybody who's been more valuable so far this season, or has been a more exciting player, certainly. Leads the majors in home runs. His pitching is getting better as he rounds a new form and his command improves. And I think you'll see the Angels really come out and play tonight. They're looking to avoid getting swept by the Indians after having lost the last 2 days. I think the Angels are live in this spot tonight, and I'm going to make a small play on them. You won't see me laying prices with the Angels very often, but the one time where I'm going to consider it, at least based on the way he's going right now, is when Ohtani takes them out. And I think you'll get the best of what the Angels have in the games he pitches.
So I'm going to talk about this game in big game breakdown, Dave, and I'm going to agree with your opinion on the LA Angels this evening. But I want to ask you about the Indians and Savalia. I mean, Cleveland right now, second place in the AL Central, 4 games over 500, playing decent ball. They had a rough series in Seattle and obviously got off to a better start here in LA. Is this Indians team, what are they, Dave? Are they a good team, a mediocre team, a bad team, an over team, an under team? What do we do with them?
They're a very good pitching team and they're a very bad hitting team. That's what they're going to be all season. As long as the arms stay healthy, they'll be in almost every game because of the fact that they've got excellent starting pitching and a pretty good bullpen. But the offense, it's just not very good. They've got 2 or 3 guys who are decent hitters. I don't think they've got any hitters who truly fit the outstanding category where they can I guess Jose Ramirez will be closest. Reyes can get really hot with power, but there's just not enough bats in this lineup. And the problem for the Indians is, unfortunately, they won't go out and get anybody at the deadline. That's just not the Indians' style. They're not a team that likes to spend money. And so they're probably going to end up also rans, a respectable also ran. in a division that's there for the taking, out at least as far as the playoffs are concerned, because the White Sox are going to win the division, and the White Sox are probably going to win it by a lot. But there'd be every opportunity for the second place team to perhaps get a wild card. But I don't know if the Indians will be in that hunt for second place in the division. But I just don't see them being a playoff team when it's all said and done because they just don't have the bats.
Yeah. Dave Cokin, everybody. One of the best, if not the best. Dave, listen, we got to talk hockey and golf, but I want to just stay on baseball for a second. You know, when the same guys look every single day and some of them have questions, you know, I want to ask their questions. These guys deserve it. They're really loyal listeners to us. And Gordon has two questions. The first is, why so many no-hitters? And inside of that, I was thinking about this. Yeah, well, I was thinking about this last night, Dave. We are seeing starting pitchers go much deeper into games across the board than we were last year. Was last year an aberration, or is this just going to work itself out where again we're going to go back again to this bullpen by committee from like inning 5 onwards type thing?
Well, I don't think starting pitchers are going deeper. So I'll disagree with you there. I think maybe there's some of the top guys are going a little bit deeper because they're dominating the opposing offenses. Right. But I think overall it's pretty much the same. Most managers, basically all managers now follow the analytics, and they prefer not to have their starting pitchers unless it's a number one guy going through a lineup 3 times and certainly not 4 times. So if you look through each pitcher, you'll see the at-bats really drop off in the 3rd time through the lineup and basically invisible 4th time through the lineup. As far as what's going on with the no-hitters, look, it comes down to this. You've got more strikeouts than you've ever had before. You've got less singles than you've ever had before. So if guys, it's again, I've mentioned this a few times, but it's 3 true outcome baseball: walks, strikeouts, and homers. So that's going to lend itself to more spectacular performances, I guess. I think it's a little fluky that we've had 6 already, 5 officially with Turnbulls last night. I'm counting as 6. I don't really care what the official tabulation is. I'm counting Mad Bum's 7-inning no-hitter as a no-hitter. I mean, he pitched a complete game. It's not his fault they didn't play 9 innings. They played 7. So to me, if you were in a 7-inning game and you pitched a no-hitter, then it's a no-hitter.
Teddy, anything to add to that? About
why there's more no-hitters this year? More strikeouts. I mean, Cokin. I mean, it's more strikeouts, fewer singles. Okay, we're gonna see this continue. I would think. Lots of games where teams are getting shut out 1-2 runs, but it's not like there's no offense. It's just, I mean, at this stage of the season, major league players are hitting 236 as a group, and that's the lowest in the history of baseball. So pitching is ahead of hitting right now, and we'll see what kind of adjustments the league wants to make.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's the style of play. I mean, I remember Josh Donaldson when he was on the Blue Jays, he was talking about, man, don't go for singles anymore. It's a home run or bust. And that's what we're starting to see. Dave, Jets playing Oilers tonight. Awesome. I can't wait to watch this game. These two teams have played against each other 6 times in the playoffs. Edmonton has won every single one of those. Now we've got a situation where the Jets are injured, man. I mean, there are a lot of guys that are questionable coming in tonight and a lot of big boys. Eller's not playing. Dubois might not be playing. Their defense is an absolute mess. Scheifele is just being utterly schooled by McDavid. Minus 160, though, now. A lot of money coming in on Edmonton. How are you going to bet this game?
Yeah, I'm not. Where I first wanted to look at this and say, boy, Connor Hellebuck, great goalie. And if you've got great goalie playing the NHL playoffs, you're live. Winnipeg, maybe on a mission because, let's face it, last year, that series against Calgary was a disaster for them with their 2 key guys getting hurt. And they hung tough, but they just couldn't get the job done against the Flames. So I thought, Now, this might be a team that's a little bit live, but you already hit it. They're just not coming in healthy at all. Did not play well down the stretch. And I find it difficult to believe they can win 4 games in this series. Opening games are a little tricky, though, because, and we've seen this, the road teams have done really well in the opening games again so far, and that means underdogs are live in the opening games as well. So I really wanted to make a case for Winnipeg tonight, but just couldn't do it with the health situation for the Jets, the fact they're not in good form. And, I mean, the McDavid line looks unstoppable right now. So it looks like a win for Edmonton. I'm not going to lay 160 to find out. This is a series where I'm kind of at this point hoping that Edmonton wins the first 2 games, and then I'll look to do something with Winnipeg at home in game 3. I like playing on teams that are down 2-0 if they're home in game 3. So we'll see if we can come up with something as far as that goes. But tonight, I actually just don't see I don't see anything good on any of the 4 playoff games. The interesting thing is I am making a small play in the one non-playoff game tonight. So, and I'll just tell you what that is. I'm not making a big play on it. It's just a 2% play because it's a garbage game. But the Flames should win tonight in the regular season finale for the NHL as they host the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver won last night despite the fact the Flames outplayed them by a mile. And I think Calgary probably beats them tonight.
We've talked a little bit of hockey. We've talked a little bit of MLB. Let's talk some golf with Dave Cokin. Obviously, the PGA Championship going this weekend. And there's 3 golfers you have highlighted to talk about on today's show: DJ, Morikawa, and Hovland. Take it away, Dave. Tell us about why these 3 golfers have caught your eye.
Well, Morikawa is always a guy who catches my eye. I think he's just, of all the young guys out there, and there's some great young players on the tour, I think he's the best. I think he's the one who's going to emerge as the one who wins majors and is always on the leaderboard in the big tournaments. And he's the defending champion as far as the PGA is concerned. This course is not ideal for him because it looks like a course where a big hitter is probably going to be the guy who ends up on top of the leaderboard. It's a very long course. There could be some weather issues because the wind does figure to come into play on this golf course. It's right by the ocean. So I don't know that Morikawa is an ideal fit for this, and it's tough to win the same major twice in a row unless you're Tiger Woods. And so therefore, I'm lukewarm on Morikawa this week. Guys I'm more interested in, look, there's 9 million angles you can come up with for these majors. The one that I favor the most in the PGA is that it's going to be someone who wins a major for the first time, but has already been a winner on tour in some event. And I want somebody who hits the ball a long way. Victor Hovland looks like a live possibility to me. Hovland is right there with Morikawa. I mean, he is a great young player. The one thing he's got to avoid is having that one disastrous hole, because he, for whatever reason, has had a couple of tournaments where he might have won and had one really bad hole where he just went off the rails. Earlier this year, I forget which event it was. He wins the tournament, if not for a bad 18th hole on Friday where he took an 8. Other than that, he would have won the tournament. I think Hovland's live this weekend. The other guy would definitely not be a first-time major, but I think he's very live here because of the price. Look, Dustin Johnson's like, the 5th or 6th betting choice right now? That, to me, is just somebody you got to go ahead and bet. If for no other reason that Dustin Johnson's one of the 2 or 3 best players in the world, and if you can get him at the 6th best price or thereabouts, I think you just take him, especially in a big event like this. He's not in great form right now, but it's a major, and I think he's going to step forward here. I think Dustin Johnson will definitely be competing for the title on the weekend, and at the price he's at, I don't think he's a bad play.
Dave Cokin, everybody. Guys, also just a quick shout out. I bet Spieth to win at plus 1,600 in case anyone's interested. Dave, you are the man. Anything to promote?
No, not particularly. No. we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, and I don't know. I let Johnny Detroit take care of the promotion. I'm just going to pick the games.
Well, and you've been picking them well, everybody. Dave Cokin, a legend in the space. What?
Oh, yeah. Catch me on first. No, I'm not on first pitch today. So, yes, I'll be Joe Ranieri giving me instructions. Yes,
Yes.
I'll be on first. I'll be on first pitch tomorrow and Friday. But today
Yeah.
I'm not on. Nevertheless, I think it's Tony and is it Tony and Steve today? That's a good lineup. Good lineup. So make sure and tune in first pitch later this morning for all you want to know about today's baseball.
There you go. Dave Cokin, everyone. Guys, stay with us. So much more show. Teddy's Big Game Breakdown, Jimmy Adams, Art DiCesare, penalty box segment. We're going to cram it all into the next 20, 25 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at Sportsmemo? If not, here's your chance.
Thanks, Dave.
You can take 50%
great
off
show,
your
Dave.
first
Great
daily
stuff.
picks purchase using coupon code TRYMEMO. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to sportsmemo.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, pick a daily picks package, and use coupon code TRYMEMO at checkout, and save 50% off of your first purchase.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. Let's talk about the LA Angels facing off against the Cleveland Indians tonight. Right now, looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen, I'm seeing the Angels in the minus 125 range. You can shop around and find as low as minus 120. Their price as high as minus 130 in some spots as well. So a bit of variance on that line. The total sitting at 8 for this contest tonight. And obviously, the Angels just suffered a devastating blow with Mike Trout now languishing on the DL for the next 6 to 8 weeks. He leads the majors in on-base percentage and OPS. You take him out of the lineup, it is a big loss, whether it's Juan Lagares, whether it's Taylor Ward, whether it's a couple of prospects, Joe Adel or Brandon Marsh, either of whom could be filling in for Trout. All four of whom are going to fill in for Trout at some stage during his absence. And of course, last night without him, they fall behind 5-0 in the first and lose the game as well. But there were a lot of positive signs for LA in that ballgame. Joe Madden after the game. None of us like the idea that Mike's unable to play, but you have to move forward quickly. And I was really pleased that we were able to fight back. It was an interesting night. No lament. We lost the game, but I liked what I saw. What did he see? Well, Anthony Rendon off the DL. He's hitting again. Justin Upton snapped his 0 for 15 slide with a bomb, a positive sign last night for a lineup that, again, may not be as potent without Mike Trout, but isn't hopeless. And then, of course, you have Ohtani on the field today. Ohtani, we talked about the success for pitchers this season in MLB to the tune of the lowest batting average in Major League Baseball history at this stage of the campaign. Well, Ohtani, the first pitcher in the modern era to record at least 40 strikeouts and allow 11 or fewer hits in his first 5 starts of the season. That's bet on all the way right now. The volley for the Indians eats up innings, but he's not a dominant pitcher. Cleveland's not hitting. It's LA or pass for this better. I think the price is very reasonable. Get an ace at the top of his game at home tonight. I lay the short chalk with LA. That's the big game breakdown, Prez. Back to you.
Teddy covers. Thank you, brother. Really quick, one of our good listeners, Jordan, tweeted out he wants to bet me $25 that I can do 10 pull-ups. His minus 105. Jordan, bet accepted. I'll tweet out a video later. When I win, please just donate the $25 to a charity of your choice. I don't need that money, but no problem. Jimmy freaking Adams. Jimmy, you didn't get the note to wear a blazer and a tie?
I didn't, but I will write that down for next time. Look more professional. But thanks for having me, Prez.
Oh.
What's up, Teddy Covers? How you doing?
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on, buddy? Congrats on your monster run.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we give you nothing but credit, my friend.
Thank you. I really
Talk
appreciate
about
it.
When you talk about a run like this, all right, did you see it coming? Did you smell it? Did you I'm seeing things clearly, I expect to win? Or just all of a sudden you win one day and win the next, and now you're on a streak? And I mean, tell me about how much you thought about it and how much you felt it coming in, or if it's just come into play.
Yeah. So didn't see it coming. My handicapping didn't change one bit. I do go through the same process every day, whether I'm 20-1 or on a losing streak. So just put in the work. As it started to build, you start to get a little bit more pressure, especially when there's not a loss in the column. And then I think I was 17-0, and Johnny Detroit tweeted out, the record was held by Marco D'Angelo at 25. And oh my gosh, I was like, that's a long way to go for me to get there. So it was snapped, and we're gonna try and keep it going.
Yeah, no, and now you're on a 20-1 run?
Yeah, 20-1 run. I guess you could say, fortunate last night because Michael Pineda was scratched, and the White Sox led, the whole game. They give up the run they give up the lead in the 8th inning and then lose it in walk-off fashion. So that play was a scratch. So 20-1 as we head into today with 2 more games.
Well, on behalf of Teddy and I mean, we'll take your 20-1 and keep it for ourselves. That is freaking spectacular. Guys, we got a promo for Jimmy Adams that you guys really do want to take advantage of. Just absolutely rolling, as we've told you about. Head over to Sportsmemo. Use the promo code JA29. That's JA29. Get the next 3 days of all of Jimmy's bets for only $29. Sportsmemo.com, promo code JA29. Jimmy, let's get into a couple of baseball games today. San Francisco minus 118, 120 against Cincinnati. How are you betting this game?
Yeah, I mean, the Giants have been rolling, and they've been money makers for their backers. They've obviously won the first 2 games in the series and 6 of their past 8 behind some really stellar pitching. I mean, it's kind of like vintage 2012 San Francisco right now. Is it sustainable? I don't know. That remains to be seen. But the Giants are certainly a bet-on team in my book right now. They've been the most profitable team in the league so far. If you were to bet the Giants every game this season, you're up over 9 units. Kevin Gossman, 3-0 with a 1.84 ERA and 53.2 innings pitched. Kind of a lot. He allowed 1 earned run against the Pirates last time out. And in fact, he's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in his last 5 starts. Reds have lost 4 of 6. And then you have Wade Miley. He had that no-hitter a few games back. Then he comes back and gives up 8 earned runs to the Rockies in 3 innings pitched last time out. So I think we continue to roll with the Giants here. The price is reasonable, so I'll recommend a play on San Fran today.
Yeah, when Wade Miley's throwing no-nos, it's not a year for hitters so far in MLB.
No.
Let's shift focus over to the NBA for tonight and talk about the Lakers and the Warriors in the play-in game. Looking at that WagerTalk live odds screen right now, we've seen a fair bit of money come in on LA over the course of the last 24 hours. They're up to 5.5-point favorites. Total sitting in the 218.5 range. What do you like? LA and Golden State.
Yeah, so I gave my subscribers the play at LA -5 last night. I saw a couple 5s this morning when I looked, but yeah, consensus across the board looking like it's ticked up to 5.5. This is one of those rare games where I'm going to throw out all trends because we're essentially entering a new season now. It's the play-in tournament, but it's the playoffs, right? So a LeBron team in the playoffs, I think, is going to be at another level. The Lakers took 2 out of 3 regular season meetings. The game they lost, they were up big, and then they ended up giving it away and losing by 2. The other 2 margins of victory, 26 and 31. Both teams come in hot. Warriors won 6 in a row. Lakers won 5 in a row, I believe. And I don't want to take anything away from Stephen Curry. He's had a phenomenal year, one of the best of his career, if not the best.
Yeah.
But the cast around him is just not going to be able to hang with the Lakers, I don't believe, tonight. And I think you lay the 5, even the 5.5, maybe for a little less, and roll with the Lakers tonight.
Jimmy Adams, everybody. Jimmy, outstanding first time on WTT. And, man, we're going to have you back again. Incredible stuff. Congratulations on your run. Guys, use the promo code JA29. 3 days of all of Jimmy's plays for only $29. You can find him over at Sportsmemo. Brother, anything to promote?
Just a $20 best bet right now over at Sportsmemo. I think, there's a coupon code that you can use, as was announced. So get my best bet in baseball today, along with the Giants and Lakers free plays, and let's have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, man. Teddy
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Teddy, we got Arthur DiCesare coming up in seconds. And man, are you going to the sports books now? Are you out and about?
I'm out and about, although I haven't seen Arthur DiCesare. I haven't seen him forever. I got to stop by the LINQ because I haven't been there in some time. And, I got to break bread with the man. He's a good man.
Teddy, you does your boy watch sports with you?
Not much, no. I don't think he's ever watched any sporting event start to finish. It's just not how he's wired.
Yeah,
so, no.
I the irony, huh? Us two alpha males betting like lunatics. I got 4 kids in the house. Not one of them has any interest. I've literally bribed 2 of them to watch the Leaf game with me tomorrow. I'm literally paying them to watch the Leaf game.
So did your daughters go burn through their starting bankrolls?
No,
I know they were betting.
No, they're rolling, dude.
They're betting, but not watching.
Correct. My daughter, my eldest watches the she bets at Bet365. So they have like the screen, the ESPN screen where you can see the ball moving. She sits and watches that. I'm like, why don't you watch the actual game? She's like, no, I can't stand it. So she stares at her screen and watches that. And then I have 2 boys and they're not interested. What can you do, man? I have to pay people to watch the Leaf game with me. Pretty pathetic.
Yes, that is pretty pathetic. But I would think that that's normal for you, right? Don't you normally pay your friends to hang out with you, and now you have to pay your family to hang out with you? That's rough.
I pay you.
Yeah.
I'm like, Teddy, pick me up when I land in Vegas. I'll give you a honey. You're like, okay, fine, I'll pick you up. Red car. Yeah. Well,
only for the honey.
Do? Yeah. Only, of course, I got to pay you. Dude, it is the way it is. Guys, I want to say thank you all for joining us in the chat room. Schmidt, Yoshi, Gene, Dan, Big Daddy, Jessica, Bob, Gordon, and so on and so forth. Gene, proud. We love having you with us. Please hit that like button. Crucially important to us. Let's bring him in. And I have a question right off the bat. Arthur DiCesare, welcome to Wager Talk today. I'm just going to start flat out. Here is my question to you. I have always wanted to ask this question to someone. Some of the golfers do it. I don't understand it. Why does anybody button the top button on a polo t-shirt up? Can you please explain to me the buttoning of the top button?
Bottom line, it's a classy move, Prez. That's all you need to know. It's a classy move, my friend.
The classy moves. Arthur DiCesare. I don't think it's classy. I think it looks completely strange. I don't know why you would want something tight on your neck. I can't stand turtlenecks. I don't get it. But regardless, you are a sexy, classy man, and we are privileged to have you on. Dude, I'm going right into it. Straight off the bat, we saw these 2 playoff games happen last night. There's 2 more tonight in the NBA. Are you getting more action on these 2 games and last night and tonight than normal?
Yeah, for sure, Prez. I would think, regular season NBA, you definitely get action on. We've talked about this on the show before. The way the NBA has been bet, at least in my time in this business, it's grown. The NBA has really grown and it's following and people wanting to bet it. These playing games are definitely fun. It's a new way, I guess, to attract people. And obviously with a game like Lakers and Warriors tonight, that's going to be a very heavily bet on game because of the Lakers and the Warriors. You've got Curry, you got LeBron, you just got everything, the defending champs in a playoff game. So absolutely, this is going to be a really fun game and a very heavily bet on game. So yeah, I mean, people are into these playing games.
But what about the other one? Like Indiana-Charlotte last night. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot of public action on that one. We have the Spurs and the Grizzlies as the early game today. Are we seeing a fair bit of action on that game, or is most of the action coming in on the marquee matchup with the Lakers and the Warriors?
Yeah, Teddy, both days actually kind of mirror each other. Yesterday, the early game, you didn't have a lot. I mean, people bet on the game, but people were more interested on the Wizards and the Celtics. Obviously, the Celtics are a brand name. The Wizards, what they've done with their run at the end of the year with Westbrook, same thing today. Spurs, Grizzlies, not a lot of juice, but people will still bet the game. And obviously, the marquee game out of the four is the Lakers and Warriors. So you'll definitely get the most action on that game. And honestly, that game probably will take more action than Spurs, Grizzlies, and Hornets, Pacers combined. But we had good action on the Wizards and Celtics yesterday, so that was a good game.
We're talking, of course, to Arthur DiCesare, at ArtDice21 on Twitter. You can visit him at the LINQ Race and Sportsbook on the Las Vegas Strip. And if you're in Las Vegas and you don't say hi to Art, you're missing out. I mean, that's the bottom line. He is as nice in person as he is on air. Very easy to talk to, and someone who will always share the information that he has. So, when we're talking about information that you have, what are we seeing in terms of sharp action for today's MLB card? What are the big movers, the actionable plays for our audience on a win?
Yeah, Teddy, when we look at the MLB slate today, I think the two that I want to touch on is first you have Mets and Braves. You had the Braves minus 148. We opened them at. It's now minus 175. So you've seen a good move on the Braves against the Mets. And then one that was interesting to me with the total, Boston and Toronto, we opened up at 10.5. It's now 9.5. Not a lot of times when you see the full run move, you'll see the half run move. So a full run move is a very interesting move. That's something you don't see a lot in the MLB. So that's something to keep your eye on.
There was a lot of talk about the stadium in Dunedin being a hitter-friendly paradise. Last night's game stayed under the total. Boston shut out in that contest. And a lot of under money came in that game as well. Prez, you want to ask him about NHL for tonight?
Yeah, so Art, firstly, while Teddy was talking, Bubba Watson called. He's asking for his top button back. Man, have you been watching this NHL? I mean, this is the highest level of hockey I've seen in a long time. The drama, every game is just gripping. 2-1 basically in the Vegas game last night, 2-1 in the Pittsburgh game last night, a tight 2-1 game in the Florida game last night. I'm not counting empty netters. And now we got a new series starting with Winnipeg and Edmonton tonight, and a lot of money has come in on the Oilers. Does anything jump out at you tonight between the 4 games or even the 5 games with Calgary and Vancouver?
Prez, let me just kind of piggyback on what you said. The beginning of these playoffs have been incredible. Every whistle, there's elbows, there's sticks, there's pushing. I mean, this is playoff hockey. This is, you could say what you want about any other sport, but to me, NHL playoffs are the best. They want it the most. They care the most. It's just, I mean, they are pushing and shoving after every whistle. It's awesome to see. It's so much fun. These games are gripping. I'm so into it. I will say, it's a tough day when you just look at the slate. Obviously, Edmonton has received a lot of money today. We opened Edmonton minus 145. It's now minus 160. I get it. The Jets did not play well at the end of the season. Oilers, they're going to be at home. They probably have the best player in the sport, McDavid. So I see why the move has come in on the Oilers. But yeah, these playoff hockey games are great. You can do a zigzag theory. You can kind of go anywhere you want. I heard Dave say a team that's down 0-2 at home, take them, in game 3. There's just so many ways to go. And I'm so into watching the rest of these playoffs. So it should be a lot of fun.
Arthur DiCesare at ArtDice21 again on Twitter. Director at the race, supervisor at the race and sportsbook over the LINQ Hotel and Casino on the Las Vegas Strip. And I want to ask you, now we're like, a week away from Memorial Day, the official start of the summer here in Las Vegas. What are you expecting on the Strip this summer? Is it going to be as packed as everyone says it's going to be? Because a lot of times, summertime in the sportsbook, things thin out a little bit. Does it feel that way for the summer of 2020?
No, Teddy, I think, normally in any other year, of course, once, we get to early June, mid-June, Stanley Cup's over, NBA finals are over. Now you just have baseball. I don't see that happening. I really think we're going to be extremely busy. The last week or so, with people not being able to wear masks, I've seen so many people in the casino. They're just happy. They're smiling. They're coming up to the counter. It just feels like a sports book again. We don't have the partitions up and all these plexiglasses where you feel like you're working at a bank. It's just really amazing. I really think it's going to be an incredibly busy summer. A lot of people are just excited. Even people I've talked to in my life, from the East Coast, I can't wait to come to Vegas. No masks, this, that, and the other. So I think it's going to be very busy just in Vegas in general. And that means for the sports books as well. So it's going to be really good. And, we need it. So, hey, everyone come, no more masks in Vegas. Let's do this.
Good news moving forward from Arthur DiCesare. Art, anything you want to promote? Tell us what's going on at the LINQ. Tell us what's going on in your life. Tell us about your Twitter handle. What do you got going before we let you go?
Yeah, as always, guys, I know Teddy had mentioned it earlier. Listen, anytime you're on the Strip, hey, the LINQ is right in the middle of the Strip, right across from Caesars. Come and say hi. I think we have one of the best places to watch games with our fan caves. I'm always there. I'm basically there 6 days a week. So, just come and say hi. I'm always willing to talk to anyone, say hi, give a little advice, teach you guys how to gamble, this, that, and the other, whatever you need. And yeah, always follow me on Twitter at ArtDice21. I don't got a lot of things up there, but I'll put a couple plays out, a couple things I like, as far as the gambling world goes. So, it's just, we're always trying to have fun. This should be a lot of fun, and that's the way you got to treat it. So thanks for having me on as always, gentlemen.
The pleasure's all ours, Art. And the truth is, we try to have fun every day here on WagerTalk Today and give you good information while we're doing it. We'll talk to you again next week, Mr. DiCesare. And now, with the drum roll, it is time to introduce Prez and the penalty box. Lawrence, you've got 2 minutes before the buzzer sounds, and I have no idea what you're going to talk about. Take it away, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Macho Man. Ready to go, boys. Man, I got a lot to talk about in this penalty box segment. First, I'd like to thank everybody who bought my 5% play last night in hockey. It was on the Vegas Golden Knights. It won. I sweated. I lost weight. I had panic attacks. There was anxiety going on. But we ended up cashing that play, so thank you to everybody. Let's get into tonight's card. I got 3 NHL plays up tonight for my clients, 1 baseball play and 1 NBA play, so a 5-pack. Grab it at WagerTalk.com. Teddy, there's a 3:30 game tonight, Calgary versus Vancouver. It's a regular season game while the playoffs is going on. It's completely absurd. Nobody is going to try in this game tonight, and when they don't try, that means goals. The total is 6. I like over the total of 6 in that game. Washington playing Boston. Dude, we got a situation here where they are tied 1-1 in their series. Washington almost won the second game. They were up right to the bitter end. Boston scored in the last 2 minutes to tie it and take it to overtime. And now Boston is coming home and are minus 175. That is absurd to me. There is a ton of value on the Washington Capitals tonight, plus 155. These teams are dead even. This is a total coin flip game, a total coin flip series. So my attitude, Teddy, is 155 for Washington tonight. If they don't get it done tonight, they're going to be like 135 in the next game. I'll go back again. They're going to win one of these two. So I like the Capitals tonight. Carolina and Nashville, I like over the total in that game, and I like Carolina in regulation. As for the Colorado-St. Louis game, Colorado in regulation, I think Colorado is going to win this game handily. It's a big price to pay. That's it for me, dude. I got a corn chicken Manhattan with a Montreal bagel toasted and a little bit of butter waiting for me. Take us home.
What's a Montreal bagel?
Oh my God. So they're different bagels. They're smaller. Oh, they're the best. They are the single best bagel you've ever eaten in your life. I'm going to bring you one. I'm going to bring you one when I come to Vegas. Not Art. I don't do that with people who button their top button, but I'll bring you one.
Nobody cares, alert. That's going to wrap up the Wednesday edition of Wager Talk Today. I want to thank Dave Cokin. I want to thank Jimmy Adams. I want to thank Arthur DiCesare, Joe Ranieri behind the scenes, Lawrence, President, my co-host. Most importantly, I want to thank you out there in viewer land and listener land for taking time out of your day to hang out with us here at Wager Talk Today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same time, same channel, 9 a.m. on the left coast, noon Eastern time. Between now and then, enjoy the games and good luck.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at WagerTalk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to WagerTalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.